Welcome back to another episode. As you saw in the last one, we did the air tank, air lines, and the copper lines, and they're all polished up and installed, and they are now in the car. I'll take you in and show you the wiring that we've started, and we're going to move right along to connect some of that stuff. We're going to drill a hole in the center bulkhead right behind the center console. We're going to start running some wiring through there, get that going up to the front of the car, and then we'll finish off what's underneath the car. I do want to get the car started soon, so we're going to move on to transmission lines, which I got, and I'll tell you who I got them from, and we'll get that started. Also, the cowl for the radiator needs to be sanded and painted, and then we can start throwing that in there and hopefully get the radiator in, start getting some lines fitted up, and then we can finish the wiring and hopefully get this car started very soon, either I don't think in this episode, but maybe the next one, and we'll just get started. So we'll get going. We have no time to lose. Okay, here's the bulkhead right here. I'm going to put a nice hole through for these wires. I got some 0-1 gauge from New Concepts, some green and black, you know, to kind of match the theme. This looks really nice sitting here in the back. I did a lot of B-roll on this last time, and I can't believe how nicely it turned out. It's amazing. There is a few leaks still, so we're going to look into doing that as well and look at those. Once we get some wiring up and we can get some air back in the tank, that'll be good. Then we'll start mocking up some speaker boxes here, and there'll be amplifiers mounted here. You'll see the idea when it comes, but first we're going to get this hole drilled and sealed up, and then we'll get the wiring kind of coming through here, because I'm not quite sure how much room I've got going around. There's still going to be a harness that runs up and around here out the back to the taillights, which we don't want to mess with, and we want to keep that kind of accessible for that stuff. This wire is huge, so I really need a nice clean area for it to go through. I believe I'm going to mount the battery up under the passenger side, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Now here in the back we've got some nice wiring going to this relay. That's all nicely buttoned up. I did change the air release switch, which was set for 200 psi. At 198 psi, it did not blow off, and instead the PRV, which was set for 200 psi, blew off instead and scared the crap out of everybody in the garage here. So instead I switched it to 120 psi. I might up it to 150 eventually. We'll see. This is just what I had on site. And as you can see, the air lines are kind of a mess, but they're just plugged in for testing. I did leave enough here so I could do some trimming. And I'll show you down in here. We've got the power distribution blocks there and the 0 gauge coming into there. We've got some wiring coming up and around and all this kind of thing. So the ground block is on this side, the positive block is on this side, and the air lines will have to clean up and go. We also added an extra solenoid for the air release for the bottom to drain the tank, so at any point I can just kind of hit another button and blow the junk out of the bottom of the tank. I picked up also these little fuse boxes. This is going to come in real handy. I might mount this right back up under here because it'll be covered, and this will add for some accessories and things like that. Then we're going to add a switched one for the tail lights and things like that. So that'll come along pretty good. It's going to be a lot of work wiring this thing to add all this extra stuff, so that's pretty good. It's actually not too bad to do, and heat shrinking and soldering, all those kind of things, going to be awesome. So that'll look really nice. I want to keep as many wires out of the engine bay as possible to kind of, you know, draw some attention up there. I've relocated a few things. Some wiring harnesses are going around, and we'll have to do that. There's still a giant spaghetti mess. There's still a giant spaghetti mess under here. I did mount the computer to the dashboard, but that will change as this stuff starts to get cleaned up. There is some wiring harnesses here for the heater controls and a bunch of stuff that I'm going to remove. The radio controls, I'm going to remove them as well. And there is a special surprise for the radio. I think we have a new idea for the radio. I was going to go for like a 12-inch screen on the dashboard just to kind of make it really futuristic, but we're thinking instead to have nothing at all, so to be completely hidden, just a Bluetooth input. I'm not going to go with anything crazy for now. Basically, there's going to be an equalizer and a digital signal processor and a couple amplifiers to power the speakers. But that's all you're going to see. There's going to be one nice shiny knob in the middle of the center console and a kind of volume up and down. Just connect to your phone, drive, music, that's it. So anyway, instead of talking about all that stuff that's coming, we're going to get right back to work. We're going to start drilling this hole and start buttoning up a few more things and get on to the next phase. So let's get started. So there we go. The wires are coming through the bulkhead, over on this side, coming out and down. Since the battery's going over there, I might run them along the side of this console that's right there. But we'll see how that goes. But this hole is big enough to give me a lot of room for the controls and other wiring. This white wire here is for the activation of the relay that's back there. So that's fine. We're going to have some wires come out, leave on the side and down. I'm not sure if I'll go underneath again, but the two amplifiers will be powered and grounded also from back there, and they'll be coming around and down. Stock wiring can still run around the back. This is all new stuff. I might cover all this in kill mat too. I'm not quite sure yet, but we're not there yet. Alright, time to drain a transmission, change a filter, and clean the pan, put it back on, and we'll change those transmission lines. Let me show you those.
So yeah, that was fun. So now we're just going to pull the pan out, have a look at the stuff inside. Filter was a little dark. This cork gasket here was actually in pretty good shape, so it kind of shows that it was changed at some point, like the old owner said, so that's confirmed. The fluid is a little black, but we're going to drain it out in this cat litter bucket here, and then dispose of it properly when it's full. And once that's done, we're going to move on to refinishing the pan and get it painted for installation.
It's a little dark. Okay, now we're all done. It is painted, cleaned, and gold, of course, why not? So, new filter. We're gonna lube this ring before we insert it. And then this kit comes with 2 gaskets. So there is a figure 1 and figure 2. This is the cork version. It's telling me because I have these lines on here, I am to use the paper gasket. So I'm going to slap a little bit of RTV on here just so this sticks. Don't want to goop it too much. And then I've cleaned and painted the bolts, and we're going to get it slapped on the car. Any better. Ouch. There we go. A little tighter. Bolts in here. Okay. Oh. Okay. After eating some transmission fluid, getting the old lines off, we're ready to put the new ones on. So, I had old lines on here. They were spliced about 2 or 3 times, and they needed to go because they were dripping and leaking and whatnot. After installing the stainless steel lines for the fuel, my man Riley reached out to me on Facebook. He had a few stainless steel lines that he wasn't using for his transmission. So thanks Riley for sending those out. We made a little deal, and I was able to buy them from him, and I have them right here. So go ahead and show Riley some love on Instagram at royalflush_88vet. So thanks again Riley, let's get these on. Okay, so the transmission line is in. I had to use a little mini wrench or a stubby to kind of get it tight. I'm going to have to go in and just make sure that the lines are super tight on the transmission. But so far so good. I only chipped a couple pieces of paint because obviously there wasn't already full lines on there before, so I have to kind of massage it as I did the other ones, but the stuff that I got from Riley is working really good. On to the shroud. So I have repaired the shroud. It's not anything to write home about. It is functional. I put some nice bed liner on here and painted black. Made some patches, there were some cracks. Not really a big deal. I just need this car to run. So, we've sanded it, we've put some good stuff in it, we've cleaned it, and basically what we're gonna do is fit this in there. I trimmed this up just a little bit. It was kind of wonky and cracked and stuff, so got rid of that. We're gonna put this base in, we're gonna throw some new bolts in. I got some new hardware from the bolt store. And then we're gonna try the rad in there and hopefully get the radiator connected to both the transmission lines and the coolant lines. And then we can start filling this thing up. We're getting very close to getting this thing started up, so it's pretty exciting. The worst part will be the wiring. And yeah, it's gonna be a whole job in itself, but at least I can clean up, make some room for that, and then we'll get that started. So let's get this on.
You know, your microphone on.
Microphone dead. Yeah. Emily's back. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Two nice small holes. This will go there, this will go there. There's your brackets. That goes here.
What are you using the zip tie for?
I'm chewing on the zip tie.
Okay.
It's part of my daily regimen of things to eat.
Okay.
Yep.
What does a house wear?
You got something to say about my zip tie?
No. You can chew on whatever you want.
Okay.
What does a house wear?
What does a house wear?
Yeah.
I know this one. Houseware. 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 What does a house wear? Drapes?
Address.
A dress.
You know, like an address. Do I need to explain it more?
No, it makes perfect sense. A dress.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
It does. An address.
Not an address.
Well,
Because then it's an address. It's an address.
so it's just wears.
Address.
It wears a dress.
Which is also address.
Oh my god. Where did you come from? Yeah. Nope. Tubes and all kinds of tubes.
So we're not using this? I don't need to hold on to it?
Yeah, I gotta hold that one just a little longer. Okay, so these clamps work for this. I need a bigger one. Ah! For,
Over there?
yeah, the water pump is too big. Oh, get on there. Hopefully this
Looks
doesn't...
like it's wearing a little bow.
It's a bow, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with something.
Like the Hood?
No, there's a cover that goes on top of here. You always smell people's hoses?
I just smell something.
You smell something? Well, it's probably me.
Oh.
It's just been one of those days. Get out of here!
And that's it? That's enough to keep it on to put liquid through there?
Yeah, pressurized liquid even.
Wow.
Okay, so that's there. The fuel line's got to be tied down. Make my nice new hardware on my arms, my beams.
There's, to be a little more specific.
She doesn't care.
You have to be more specific. These?
The hardware that's
Very
on
nice. Oh, these?
there. Ooh.
These what you just got out of the bolt store?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
And these. Come in here to hold us down.
So what else goes in here?
So there's a. It's supposed to be for the air conditioning.
Oh, which we deleted.
Know why? It's gone.
Because who needs an air conditioner when you can take it off the top?
Exactly.
And go fast.
Exactly.
Ish.
Oh, we're going fast. Don't worry. She's just making fun of me nonstop.
So 2 other holes over here.
Yeah. Gotta find more bolts.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where they are. I don't even know if these are for the fan or not. So we've made some huge progress in this video again. We got the radiator in, the shroud, the lines. We're gonna start putting some fluid in now, and hopefully that holds. I do need to fill up the transmission with some fluid. I do have to get some of that, so I'm gonna run to the store right now and do that. In the next episode, we're going to start the exhaust. I believe we should get that finished. I started getting some hardware and some bolts and things like that. I'm gonna start unwrapping this box, test fitting a few pieces. I got my saw back from my buddy Carl. Thank you, Carl. And we're going to start cutting some exhaust, sliding some things over, deciding where we're going to put some things. Should be pretty straightforward. You know, a couple 45s straight to the back, and then 90-90 straight at the back. 2 Flowmaster 10s going on the back, and it's going to sound amazing. So on the first startup, I don't want it to be stupid loud. We're going to just hopefully tone it down a little bit with that exhaust. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate everyone watching. Hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed. We are going to start this thing up very soon, and hopefully maybe even take it around the block. So that's pretty exciting. I hope my neighbors are ready. Take care.